Trigonometric identities. There are many formulas to be used for solving trigonometric identities, but we will use only 7 formulas. Mathematically, I will be using only 5 formulas. So I will use number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Number 6 and number 7 are just the extension of number 5. So as you will see, formula number 5 says sine square theta plus cosine square theta is equal to 1. So if I will subtract cosine square theta from both the sides, see, I'm subtracting cosine square theta from both the sides, this gets cancelled out and my formula becomes sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cosine square theta. So as you can see, I got formula number 6 over here. I can derive it. Similarly, I can do for formula number 7 also. What I can do, I can subtract sine square theta from both the sides. So I will end up with formula number 7. Formula number 8 or 9, which we will use in very few cases. Usually I will be restricting myself to only 5 formulas. So let's proceed to the next slide. Question says write the two opposite angle identities. So these are sine of negative A is negative sine A, cosine of negative A is cosine of A, and tangent of negative A is sine of A. These are also known as odd and even functions. Odd, even functions. Now our question number 1 says verify that each equation is an identity. So we have to verify. So how we do the verification process is I will take the left side and I will simplify the left side, and then I will take the right side and I will simplify the right side. At the end, both of my simplest form should match. If in case both of them match, then it is an identity. But since the question says verify that each equation is an identity, this means automatically they should be same. Alright, so my left hand side I will use in the abbreviated form LHS. This is my tangent A. Okay, and my right hand side over here I'm using is writing this in abbreviated form RHS, secant A over cosecant A. Do keep in mind you will restrict yourself only to those 5 formulas. So I want you to go back to the formula sheet, which I will take you over here, okay, and give me the formula for tangent A. So when you go over here to formula sheet, so formula for tangent A is formula number 3, that's your sine theta over cosine theta. So I will come back over here and instead of tangent A, I will write as at sine A over cosine A. You should keep in mind that whenever something is in the form of sine theta or cosine theta or a combination of both, then this is the simplest form. So now let's go to the right hand side. I will not simplify further this. Okay. Now on the right hand side, the numerator says secant of A. Secant A, the formula for this is what? Formula for this is 1 over cosine of A. And I'm writing over here which formulas I'm using just to make it easy for you. I'm using secant A is equal to 1 over cosine. And second formula I'm using for cosecant of A is what? 1 over sine of A. So it says divided by 1 over sine of A. Now ask this question from yourself. Do you think both the sides match? No, they do not match. Now next step will be what? This will be yours 1 over cosine of A, and put the division sign over here, and it is your 1 over sine A. Why? Because this is a division sign. Okay. Now you have learned in your middle school how to divide two fractions. So you will change this to multiplication sign and you write the reciprocal of the term over here. Okay. So now nothing can be done. You will multiply this. 1 times sine A gives you what? Sine of A. What is the denominator? Cosine A times 1 gives you cosine of A. Now do you think both the sides match? Yes. So what you will write? Yes, it is an identity. This statement is very important because question is asking verify whether the given two sides are identities. Let's look at question number 2. Now again we have to verify that the left hand side is equal to right hand side. So my left hand side over here is what? It is yours cosine of theta. And what is my right hand side? Right hand side is what? Sine theta times cotangent theta. Now you remember what I told you on the previous slide? I told you whenever you are having something in the form of sine theta or cosine theta, you don't do anything. Just leave it. This is in the simplest form. So after this, I will simplify my right side, and if my both of the side matches, then it is an identity. Do you see sine theta? Yes, sine theta is in simplest form. You will not do anything with this, just keep it like this. Now, what is the formula for cotangent theta? Look, I will take you back again to my formula sheet so you can see this is very important. Number 4 formula is cosine theta over sine theta. So I will come back over here and I will replace my cotangent theta with what? Cosine theta over sine theta. Just write one over here. And I will use my green color to write the formula. I have used the formula cotangent theta is what? Cosine theta over sine theta. Can you cancel something? Yes, I can cancel these two will be cancelled out and I'm left over with cosine theta over 1. Any number divided by 1 is itself, so my answer is cosine theta. Now, ask this question from yourself. Do you think both of these are same? Yes, so it is what? Yes, it is an identity. Good job. Let's look at question number 3. Same question, verify that both the sides are an identity, or this verify that the equation is an identity. So now let's look at the left hand side over here. Now left hand side is saying cosine of x. Remember what I told you? Sine, cosine are in the simplest form. You never break. You cannot go from there. Leave it like this. So now let's go to the right hand side. Now I have to do something with right hand side over here. So my answer should look like cosine of x. Okay, so this is over here. Now cotangent x and cosecant x. Now I have to find the formulas for this. I will change the color over here. Now formula for cotangent x is what? Formula for cotangent theta is cosine theta over sine theta. Okay, and for cosecant, my formula is what? My formula is 1 over sine theta. Now I will again show you. I'm only using those 7 formulas over there. So this is cotangent and cosecant. So if you come back to your formula sheet, look over here. Cotangent theta is cos over sine, while cosecant is what? 1 over sine theta. So do keep in mind, I'm only keeping myself restricted to only these 7 formulas. Alright, so I will just replace the respective values over here. So this is cotangent. It will be yours cos x over sine x. Now there's a division sign over here. This is a division sign 1 over sine x. Okay. Now in this situation, what happens is I will solve by using the mathematical way only. Okay, so let me change the color of my ink and then we go from there. Let me pick this light color. So this is yours. No, it's not working. Okay, let's go. So this is yours cosine of x over sine of x. Now this is a division sign 1 over sine of x. You know how we divide fractions. Okay, this is my cosine x over sine of x. This is changed to multiplication sign. It will be sine x over 1. Okay, so what will happen over here is I will cancel these two over here and my final answer will be what? I will be left over with cosine x over 1, which is just cosine x. I ask this question from yourself, do they look same? Yes, they are same. So you write over here, yes, it is an identity. Question number 4. Now it looks kind of a difficult, but we will again use the same formulas which I gave you 7 and we proceed from there. Okay. Now I will take the left hand side over here. Left hand side is secant x minus tangent x. Okay, and this is my right side over here. This question is kind of a different type of question. You can use both the sides to solve this question, but I always start from the left hand side. And I will give you, you should always start from where? From the left hand side, then proceed. Now, what is the formula for secant theta? Formula for secant theta is this: secant theta is equal to 1 over cosine theta. And similarly for tangent theta, formula is what? Sine theta over cosine theta. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm writing the formula each and every time. So I'll replace this by what? 1 over cosine x. This is my what? Sine x over cosine. Now, you have to subtract these two fractions. How you do it? Before I do anything, I just want to show you how to subtract fraction. So give me the answer for this. What is 4 over 5 minus 1 over 5? Yes, your answer is 3 over 5 because these denominators are same. So whatever happens is, since the denominator is same, I will keep it like this. You remember you subtracted 4 minus 1, you got 3. I cannot subtract, I'll just write it like this. Now ask question from yourself. Oh, they look same now. Awesome. Here you go. So you don't have to do anything. It is an identity. Good job. Next question. Verify 1 plus sine theta times 1 minus sine theta is equal to cosine square theta. This is important question. Okay, for what I will do over here is I will use my distributive property of multiplication over here. So what is 1 times 1? 1 minus what is 1? This one. This is your my sine theta. Now I will multiply my plus sine theta with this. So I will get plus sine theta as a minus sign, and I multiply this with this. Sine theta times sine theta is what? Sine square theta. I'm sorry, I was supposed to write left hand side is equal. Okay. Do not take the right hand side because it's already only one term over here, but over here is 4. So we should use this. Okay, so let's do, can we do something? Yes. I can cancel these two over here. So I'm left over with 1 minus sine square theta. Now at this place, I want you to refer to the formula sheet. Okay. 1 minus sine square theta, what is the formula for this? So look over here. Look at formula number 7. 1 minus sine square theta is equal to what? Cosine square theta. So what will happen is when I will come back over here, I have gone too far over here. Oops. Okay, so over here. So this means instead of 1 minus sine square theta, what I can write? I can just write cosine square theta. Now my right hand side is cosine square theta. Do you think both of them are same? Yes, they are same. So you write over here, yes, it is an identity. Okay, so that's it. So we just verified formula number 7 over here, and I'll write with my green color over here which formula I use. I use my formula 1 minus sine square theta is equal to cosine square theta. Verify. So this is yours. Verify cosecant theta minus cotangent theta is equal to 1 minus sine theta over 1 minus cos theta over sine theta. Now again I will start with the left hand side over here. I will not start with the right side. I will always start with the left hand side. You can use it. Okay, and I will teach you how to do those types of rationalizing the denominator. I will explain that concept to you later. Now what is the formula for cosecant theta? So I'm using my green color over here and I'm writing it. Formula for cosecant theta is 1 over sine theta. Formula for cotangent theta is what? Cosine theta over sine theta. Okay, you should check the formula sheet again and again, but I'm just writing the formulas for you over here just to make it easy for everyone. So I will replace this by what? 1 over sine theta. You have to only memorize what? How many? 5 formulas. Okay. Now before you do anything, I will again go with that rule. If my fraction was like this, if I subtract, what is my answer? 3 over 5, because the denominator is same. So denominator is same over here, and you did what? 4 minus 1. So I will do 1 minus this. Now stop. Do you see? Now you see cosine and sine. It is in the simplest form. Do not go beyond this. That's it. Now my right hand side over here, it says 1 minus cosine of theta over sine theta. So when I compared my right hand side and left hand side, and I came to know that both of these are same. So I can write over here, it is an identity. Now next question over here, show that sine theta plus cosine theta plus tangent times sine is equal to secant theta plus cosine theta times tangent theta. They are trying to scare us, but not a problem. We will still use the same approach as I showed you. Do not go away from that. So L left hand side is sine theta. I told you sine theta is in the simplest form. Do not touch this. Cosine theta simplest form. Don't do anything. Now for tangent theta, there is a formula for tangent theta. The formula is what? Formula is this: sine theta over cosine theta. That's it. And over here, since it is sine theta, I will not do anything. Check, 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 check. I did. Don't rush. Now it says sine theta plus cosine theta. Now in this part over here, you will multiply sine with sine and this with this. Do keep in mind when you multiply sine with sine, never write it like this. This is wrong. Never write it like this. So what you do is you write it like this: sine square theta over cosine theta. Okay. Now can I do something? I'm still looking over here. Can I do something with my okay? So what I will do is I will just okay. I have to show this to this is equal to this. So what else I can do? Yes. Hmm. What I can do over here is I can take the least common denominator. I can do lots of things, but I'm just trying to use less step over here. So when I will take I'm adding all of them. Do keep in mind there is one over here. So you multiply this. It will look like this to you: sine theta times cosine theta. Plus this will be yours cosine square theta, because you're multiplying cosine with cosine. But at this part you will not do anything. Now I want you all to pay attention to this part over here where it says cosine square theta plus sine square theta. You remember this is a formula. There's a formula for this. This is very important formula. Look here, formula number 5, Pythagorean identity. What is sine square theta plus cosine square theta? Equal to 1. So you will replace that by what? 1. So this will be 1. So now next step looks like this: sine theta dot, no, there's a plus sign over here. Plus, this is a plus. No, it is times only. I'm sorry. Sine theta times cosine theta plus 1 over cosine theta. So let's see if we can do something else over here. Okay, I can do it. Now what I can do after this, I'm just expanding over here. I will separate my denominator. Why I'm separating my denominator, I will tell you in a second. When I separate my denominator, it will look like this: sine theta over cosine theta. You see, it's because denominator is same for everywhere. So I took this cosine theta, I just moved it under sine, because you can see there are lots of terms. So it came over here under this, then it came below this, and then it came below this. I just separated it. Now, what is the formula for sine theta over cosine theta? I know my formula is, that's why I'm doing all this, because I know in my question I need tangent theta. The formula is tangent theta for this. Put a dot over here. This will be cancelled out, nothing happens. So times 1, it does not mean anything. I will not write it, I'll erase it. Okay, now what else is left over here? 1 over cosine theta, and it looks like we messed up somewhere. Okay, I apologize for this. This is a wrong question. That's why we are not able to solve this. If you look over here in the right, in the yellow color, I did something. I tried to solve this because I ended up with 1 over cosine theta plus sine theta. But over here we are not getting, so I cannot prove this. So we cannot. What I will do is I will not write a wrong problem. I will write over here not proved. Okay, so there's something wrong with the question. I messed up in writing the question. Question says verify sine theta times cosine theta. There's a times over here. Okay, times tangent theta is plus cosine square theta is equal to 1. So I will start from the left hand side over here. So left hand side is my sine theta. As you all know, sine theta is in the simplest form. I'll not touch it. Then it says cosine theta. I still in the simplest form. But for tangent theta, you all know the formula for tangent theta. Formula for tangent theta is what? Sine theta over cosine. Use the first 5 formulas which I showed you. Okay, plus cosine square theta. As I mentioned this to you earlier, if you see something is sine and cosine, do not touch it, just leave it like this. Now after this, what will happen is these two will be cancelled out because of the times over here. So my next step is sine theta times sine theta plus cosine square theta. Now what is sine theta times sine theta? That's your sine square theta plus cosine square theta. Now you all know for identity number 5, this is equal to 1. Go and check on the formula sheet. The formula is this: sine square theta plus cosine square theta. This is equal to 1. So that's the answer for this problem.